SBR Castle is a 13-ish year old gelding, stands approximately 16.3 hands tall. Castle came in with a group of horses that we purchased from the kill buyer, and he came in extremely thin. We did test ride him after his quarantine, and Aaron has ridden him a couple times, but he's been on the back burner until he put on weight. We just got back from Devon Horse Show, so he was not ridden for over a week. And this horse, because of his age, we feel he might be a candidate for DNA testing. He's a little on the edge of maybe being too old. Aaron and I both feel this horse possibly has the potential of showing. We have not put him in a full bridle. He's been worked in a snaffle, and he does need his teeth done, which is part of the reason he's gapping his mouth just a little at times. He has quite a bit of motion. He has a plate on and no shoes on behind. And when we first got him, it was very evident that someone had been heavy-handed with the whip. He was very fearful of it. At one point here, Erin will adjust her reins and you'll see him kind of flinch. We've worked with him quite a bit to get him over that, and he's doing very nicely. He still thinks about his work and doesn't use his ears, and we do not ear him up. He has been pretty good about a flat walk. He does do all of his gaits. He just needs to remember he doesn't have a carriage hooked on, so it's okay to do that. He does not look like his tail has been done, but he did canter, which tells me he was in the saddlebred training community somewhere. We like this horse a lot, both Aaron and I. He has a good flat walk and can step up, and with a little bit more of a shoe could really be a cute country pleasure horse. And he is large, so it'd be good for a taller person. He's never done anything bad or out of line. He's just a little bit of a worrier, a little fearful he's going to get in trouble, which he hasn't gotten into since he's been here. I'd like to see him use his ears more, but I know he's just thinking about it when Aaron rides him. As you can see, it doesn't bother him with a horse going around lunging, even coming at him. And he does not have blinkers on, so he is very comfortable that way. We have not put a full bridle on this horse, but we will be in the future. And this horse does need his teeth done. We have so many here, we've not been able to get all of their teeth looked at. I think that would help him maybe be a little happier in the bridle. He does know the words whoa. He'll come right down to a flat walk. And even when he was nervous when we first got him, he did walk and seemed to try really hard to do the right thing. You can see him stick a little bit at the walk once in a while, and when they pull those carriages, they're kind of heavy, and so the horse is will jump into the walk as if it's kind of a habit. He needs a little work on his canter start. You saw Aaron had to help him in it. He's a nice horse, has a nice smooth canter. And one thing I like about him a lot is he wears his head in one place and doesn't have 3 or 4 places for him to go in. You can see he dropped out of that canter. We were just about ready to ask him to walk anyway, so Aaron's going to go ahead and let him walk. We don't spend a lot of time on these videos, so when you see a mistake like that and we just go on in reverse, it's because we're on a time frame. If we were working this horse for not a video, Aaron would have picked up the canter again and would have gone around and so he understands that. But for these videos, they get too long if we do it. So she's going to ask him to canter again. She's turned, make sure he's set up. Little help and a lift. And he's doing pretty well. This lead seems to be a little bit easier for him than the other lead. And he does keep his head in a good spot, even cantering. His head hasn't hardly moved at all, which is a real plus in my book. I do not think this horse is a beginner horse, but he might make a really nice practice horse or a horse that somebody wants to show. You can see Aaron tried to collect him up a little bit more and he dropped out of it. But again, we're not going to start this.